Well, folks, Happy New Year and welcome on into the Northwell Health Ice Center at Eisenhower Park in East Meadow, New York. The New York City Raiders are in action for the first time here in 2023, and it is an exhibition game against the Sound Tigers AA team. The Sound Tigers start 2023 with an 8-17-1 record, having played most recently, that is, at the Great Neck Bruins, losing that decision by a score of 2-4. The Sound Tigers also played 4 games just outside of Philadelphia in early December, going 2-2 over the course of that trip. The only common opponents thus far this season for the Sound Tigers and the Raiders have been the Peconic Wildcats and Dix Hills Hawks, with the Sound Tigers dropping both of those decisions by scores of 1-5 and 0-7 respectively. With that said, this is a proud and skilled AA team, and they'll look to start 2023 off on the right foot here tonight. The Raiders are also coming off their holiday break, having last played a game on December 18th, a matchup they won on the road against the Long Island Kings by a score of 9-0. Before the break, the Raiders had started a new winning streak, having beaten the Long Island Enforcers 10-4 that same December weekend. The Raiders will hope their winning ways continue into the new year here against the Sound Tigers. A programming note for you, though, Midnight Sports will have coverage of the New York City Raiders game tomorrow night as the Raiders end their road trip by returning to World Ice Arena at 6 p.m. when they take on the division-leading Dix Hills Hawks. Then on Monday, January 9th, Midnight Sports will have coverage of the McClancy Crusaders as they take on Kellenberg Memorial High School at World Ice Arena at 5:30 p.m. But first, stick around, because we've got the Raiders as they take on the Sound Tigers coming up next, right here on Midnight Sports. Well, we're getting set here for puck drop in period 1 out in Eisenhower Park. This beautiful barn, and also serves as the Islanders' practice facility. It's going to be Marchuka. Finkelstein, great to see him back out there, and Kashlevsky has the forward line. Marchuka wins that forward. He's got Hyder and Aiden behind him. Aiden will take over the puck at his own blue line. He works that up through the neutral zone, comes just off the stick of Finkelstein, and PAL looks to pour the other way, but instead it's taken over by Marchuka with speed. Marchuka in his own zone will circle around once, try and wait for the zone to clear just a little bit and his teammates to get set up. Instead, the puck comes off his stick, and he fights hard for it at the end boards, and now it'll be taken over by Finkelstein. Takes a hard hit there, still working the puck in his own corner now, in the near corner. Looks like the Islanders will come away with it. They try and fling something to the slot, bounces around there momentarily, but it does eventually come to Marchuka, and he's going to skate this out of the zone. Now Luke Marchuka with speed. He's got Kashlevsky with him, but 4 men on, so he takes the shot. It's gloved there by the PAL goaltender, and we'll get a stoppage in play here with 14:15 left to go in the first. Well, after 45 seconds, the Raiders will get some new skaters out there, and it'll be Berliner, Samosi, and Bizarro as the forwards. Looks like Gosler and Steinfink as the defensive pair. This faceoff's going to come to PAL's left, the goalie, that is. It's going to be in the near circle as Berliner adjusts the socks and tries to win this one on the backhand. He's got Bizarro over in the wing. He wins it back to Gosler. Look out here. Gosler's got that wrist shot. Pinks off one person, but not two. And now PAL takes over. PAL with the puck in their own zone. Try and work it up. They get it past Steinfink on a bounce, and Gosler Chase is back to recover. He uses the boards to get that out of his zone. He finds Bizarro with the puck in the neutral zone. Now Bizarro into the offensive zone. Tries to work that over onto the forehand. He gets it there. He's in the high slot, looking low. He's got Berliner in the low slot. He takes a shot, just misses the cage. Gossler cleans up and jams that puck right back down into the low offensive zone. Now Berliner in the near corner. Finds Samosi in the crease. Shot comes in there, and it's saved nicely. Now Gossler deflected wide, and Berliner will have to clean up in the near corner. Puck goes all the way to the near corner. Samosi takes his man out of the play, and now comes to Bizarro in the far corner. He tries to go around his man using the boards. His man's able to body him off the puck and out of the play. But it comes to Berliner at the far half wall. He works that back to Samosi. Samosi tries the return pass. Instead it comes to Gossler. Doesn't get all of it on the slapper, and PAL's going to be able to clear the zone. No, they're not. Hard work by Gossler. And finally PAL clears after a second and third attempt. Now Steinfink in the neutral zone. Picks up the puck, cuts back the other way, and then leaves it for Gossler as some forwards are changing for the Raiders. Gossler will dump in to help the Raiders complete the change. Fauci out there with Vigliotti now as two forwards in on the forecheck. Fauci gums up the play long enough. Vigliotti takes over in the neutral zone. Long stick there by Lorenzo Vigliotti. He gains the offensive zone. He's in the slot. Puck comes off his stick, but he's got it back. He's on the backhand looking to send one in on cage. Nice kick save there. Follow-up shot goes just wide. Fauci tried to guide that on net. Instead, it goes wanting, and PAL tries to get that out of the zone. Nice pinch there by Hyder, though. Throws that right back to Kalemba, who's the third forward out there. Kalemba now at the end boards tries to take that puck over. Instead, it comes to Vigliotti on the backhand, but PAL's able to chop that up and out of their defensive zone, and now Hyder will have to recover at center ice. Comes to Vigliotti now. Vigliotti backhands that puck back in the offensive zone. Raiders don't have possession. They're going to have to go on the forecheck. Fauci in there, all over his man at the end boards, but he's going to skate away is the PAL man. PAL has the puck out of their zone. They push it through the neutral zone, try and gain the offensive zone, but Hyder stops him right there on the blue line. Now Vigliotti with the puck. He's on the forehand. He's got a streaking Fauci into the slot. Tries to get the trailer in Kalemba. Comes off his stick, and Kalemba tries to jam it farther, but instead, PAL can't get the puck out of the zone. Now comes Gossler. Oh, a long shot, and that's a score. Silas Gossler coming in at the last minute. There, he's able to pinch in and on the forehand sends that into the net. And it's Raiders 1, PAL nothing, with 11:52 left to go here in the first period. Well, ensuing faceoff is going to be Marchuka, Finkelstein, and Koslewski. Gossler and Steinfink stay out there as a defensive pair. Marchuka wins that over to Koslewski. Koslewski has it on the forehand. He sends a shot in. It's gloved there and stopped. No rebound coming. Nice save there by the PAL goaltender because Finkelstein was streaking toward the crease there to pick up any rebound. So at 11:46 left to go in the first, it's an offensive zone draw. Same five skaters stay out for the Raiders. It's Marchuka looking to win this into the slot. Instead, turns the other way, wins it over to Steinfink, goes point to point. Gossler, the scorer, has the puck again. It takes a deflection in the slot, and that's going to be Gossler's goal. Oh, it took a deflection in the mid-slot, and the Raiders capitalize. A long shot from Gossler hit a stick right in the mid-slot, redirected on goal. The PAL goaltender had no chance at that one. So with 11:39 left to go here in the first period, the Raiders jump out to an early 2-goal lead. Still Marchuka, Finkelstein, and Koslewski out there as the forwards, as their shift has not yet ended, despite the fact that they've done well to get some pucks on goal. Finkelstein now pours into the near corner. Marchuka takes over there after Finkelstein gets bodied off the puck. PAL now skating with some speed, trying to get the puck out of the zone. Instead, Gossler dumps that right back in. PAL have to recover at the end boards. They throw that all the way around, and they do get it out of the zone that time, and Gossler's going to give chase. Looks like icing will be called here with 11:13 left to go in the first period, and it gives us time to remind you you're watching Midnight Sports. New year, same dad jokes. Midnight Sports. Well, looks like it's going to be a face-off on the far side here for Sam Berliner. He's going to win this forward. Samosi fires in. He kicks the puck over to Bizarro. Bizarro tries short side. It's saved nicely there by the PAL goaltender. And now the Raiders will have to recover in the offensive zone. They do. Bizarro on the forehand. Goes around one man. The high slot goes just high and wide of the cage. And now Samosi tries to pick up the change. Works it over to Berliner. Berliner now at the far half wall. And Samosi's stick gets gummed up there. PAL is going to be able to get this out of the zone. They do. Aiden turns into his own zone on the backhand. He's got Hyder with him. Puck comes off. PAL player there momentarily, and Hyder will track back to his own end boards to recover. It's Hyder now working with Berliner. Hyder now with the puck on the forehand. He's going to try and skate this up and out of the zone. He's able to chip it around his man and out of the zone. And now the puck sits in the neutral zone momentarily until Samosi takes over. Samosi on the forehand goes wide. Now goes below the goal. He circles around. He's got two Raiders in front of the net, but too much traffic there. So he works it over to Hyder at the near point. Hyder with the long slapper. Saved nicely there by the PAL goaltender. And Pizarro now turns onto the backhand with the puck in the near corner. He's still got the puck now on the forehand. He works that up the boards all the way to Hyder, except there's a PL man in the way, and that man's going to be able to jam it up and out of the zone, and Berliner will recover and send that over point to Aiden. Aiden now curls with the puck. He's into the neutral zone with speed. He's on the forehand. Now he gains the offensive zone. He's got Pizarro going into the slot just a little bit too far in front of him, and the Raiders will have to try and recover the puck in the offensive zone. PAL with it behind their own net. They're on the forehand. They're going to chip that puck up. Not just out yet, though. Puck comes to Samosi. Samosi with some room in the slot. Puck just comes off his stick there as he was looking to pull the trigger, and it now comes back to Pizarro. Pizarro with the puck in the near corner. Pizarro curls again on the forehand at the dot, then works it up to Steinfink. Steinfink settles it down at the blue line, goes point to point with Gossler after taking a big hit there. Gossler creeps in, sends that puck high over the shoulder of the PAL goaltender, and that is a natural hat trick for Silas Gossler here in the first period. 9:27 left to go as the Raiders open a 3-goal lead on PAL. Well, ensuing faceoff here is going to be Vigliotti. Fauci at center, Kalemba out there with them as the left winger, Gossler and Steinfink as the defensive pair. Looks like Fauci's going to lean over the dot here and try and win this puck back. Instead, it comes to a PAL player who dumps that puck in, and now Steinfink gives chase in the near defensive corner. Gossler stops at the net. The puck comes out to the crease. And now up, but not out of the zone. Kalemba tries to jam it farther. Instead, it comes to an Islander. Islanders go high. They go over the cage. Might have caught a piece of speaker there in goal. Probably not, though, as he didn't know much about it when he was screened. Vigliotti pours the other way. Tries to find Fauci in the offensive slot. Instead, an Islanders man gets there. A PAL man gets there, but not out of the zone yet. Hyder works hard to keep that puck in the zone. He does find Vigliotti. Puck comes off his stick, though, and now PAL will come back the other way. PAL with the puck. They'll dump that in, and Aiden will turn and give chase at the end boards. PAL with a big push here with 8:44 left to go in the first. They hold the far point, jam that puck in farther, and now it comes to Aiden. Aiden tries to feather that puck up and over his man. Instead, though, it comes to the far point, and it's jammed right back in. It's Aiden now taking his man out of the play. PAL tries to send one in. Speaker blockers that aside. His first action of the night, and Kalemba is going to skate this out of the zone. He's taken out of the play, but fairly as adjudged by the referees, and now Fauci picks up the puck. Skates into the zone, turns at the half wall, works that back to Kalemba, who dumps that puck in farther. Now the puck comes over to Vigliotti. PAL there first, though. They jam it around to the near boards. Puck comes to Hyder. But he can't quite corral it before a PAL man does, and we'll have an icing call here with 8:01 left to go in the first period. Well, nice push there by PAL in the last 45 seconds or so. A lot of good zone time for them and a couple of shots on goal, but nothing to show for it just yet on the scoreboard. As the Raiders will get some new forwards out there. It'll be Marchuka, Kushlewski, and Finkelstein. Marchuka at the near dot wins that on the backhand over toward Finkelstein. Finkelstein works that puck farther, and PAL tries to shovel it out of the zone. Instead, Kushlewski jams up that pass in the zone and keeps the puck in the offensive zone. He then tries to kick it farther, but PAL does come up with the puck, and now they're going to cross their blue line as PAL. PAL all the way to the red line, but not farther as Marchuka takes over the play into the offensive zone. He's on that backhand, works it over to his forehand, looking for a man in front. Instead, works it up to the point to Gossler. Gossler just jams that puck down deeper as there was no shooting lane for him. Kushlewski rubs his man out of the play. Finkelstein tries a wraparound, hits the inside of the goaltender's pad, but it doesn't go in, and PAL will live to fight another day. They move that puck up and through the blue line. PAL gains the offensive zone, but without possession, the Raiders jam it right back out. PAL now will have to recover so as not to be offside. Kushlewski tries to pass that up to Marchuka. Nearly hits him for a mini break. Instead, PAL gets a stick in the way, but Marchuka back on the puck in the offensive zone momentarily. PAL coming the other way. Now it's swiped by Finkelstein back into the zone. He couldn't have known Marchuka was still in the zone, so we'll get an offside call here with 7:03 left to go in the first period. Looks like it'll be Samosi, Berliner, and Pizarro out there. It's going to be a face-off at center ice. Aiden and Hyder as the defensive pair. Berliner leans over the dot. He wins that on the backhand. Hyder gives chase in his own zone to pick up control of the puck. He's on the forehand. He's got some time to work that puck up and out of the zone, which is exactly what he does. Bizarro chips it farther for Berliner. Berliner now with some speed into the offensive zone. Berliner on the forehand, looking for some support. Can't quite work it over to the slot like he wanted to, as there was a PAL man in the way. Works it down to the end boards to Bizarro. Bizarro dances around one man. He's on the forehand. He finds Berliner there in the slot. A late stick there by PAL. Able to keep that shot from getting in on goal. Puck comes to Samosi. Samosi settles that puck with the glove and now the stick. He's in on goal. Works that into the slot. Berliner's stick gets jammed up once again. Now the puck comes into Berliner. He shoots it. Nice save there by PAL. Keeps this a 3-goal game with 6:25 left to go in the first period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Aiden and Hyder stay out, as do Berliner, Bizarro, and Samosi. This draw is going to come to the PAL goalie's left. It's worked up to Aiden. Deflection sends that puck nearly in on goal, but just wide. PAL tries to pick up behind their own net. They do. They pick it up in the near corner, only so far as Aiden, though, who jams that puck farther in the offensive zone. Now Bizarro gives chase to pick up the puck. He's got it. He goes backhand to forehand. He curls around the PAL goal. Now he's in the near corner. He's looking for some support. He's got Berliner in the slot. Blows it higher, though, in the near corner. And the puck rolls all the way out in front. Nice kick save there by the PAL goalie. Keeps the Raiders from the back of the net. Samosi now goes to work to pick up the loose puck. He's in the far corner, still working hard to get that puck over to Berliner. He does momentarily, but PAL's going to come away with it, at least so far as the blue line. Hyder keeps the zone. Nice pinch there. Hyder on the forehand, looking for the back of the net. Just goes wide on a deflected shot. And now Bizarro picks up the puck in the near corner. Bizarro has 2 PAL men all over it. Tries to work that puck farther to Berliner. Berliner sends it deeper into the zone. Now Berliner cycling with Bizarro. Works that puck all the way up to Aiden. Aiden at the near point. Finds Bizarro down low. Bizarro on the forehand, looking for a teammate in front. He's got Samosi, who's got 2 men all over him, so Bizarro curls around the other way and sees what's doing on that part of the neighborhood. Puck now comes into the slot, bounces around a bit. PAL able to work that puck up to the high slot and now out of the zone. A good clear from them. Swiped to the side by Hyder, and the Raiders will have to reset right in the neutral zone. Puck comes to Hyder. Works it up to Berliner, jams that puck up, and Bizarro tries to take that bouncing puck farther. Hyder scoops it in, and some of the Raiders will go for a change here as PAL breaks out. PAL with some speed into the neutral zone. Nice back checking there by Hyder. Sees the puck come to the blue line, but go no farther, as PAL is going to have to take over at the offensive end wall. Raiders now try and pick up the puck on the stick of Silas Gosler. Gosler tries to work the puck farther. He's got 2 PAL men on him, so he's able to jam it around to Vigliotti. Vigliotti now with speed. Nice breakout pass by him. Finds Kalemba on the weak side. Kalemba tries to work that puck in deeper. Dumps it to the end boards, and Fauci gives chase. Fauci picks up on the backhand, curls it around, and finds Vigliotti. Vigliotti now tries to get that shot off. Bad angle shot there. Hits the side of the cage after a deflection. Fauci will look to pick it up. Fauci's got a man all over him. Works it over to Vigliotti. Vigliotti throws it through the blue paint. Nobody home there. And Gosler will pick up the puck. Gosler with a tight angle shot. Spilled puck. It's chipped in there by Jackson Kalemba. Well, off the Gosler shot. Nice save by PAL. Jackson Kalemba is able to push that puck in. And the Raiders are happy for him as the celebration continues all the way back to center ice. So with 4:04 left to go here in the first, that's going to be Raiders 4, PAL 0. Vigliotti, Fauci, Kalemba stay out there. Gosler and Steinfink as the defensive pair. Forwards are checked. The puck's dropped. Just under 4 minutes now left to go here in the first as Kalemba fires in on the forecheck. Puck comes up to Steinfink at his own blue line. He works it farther to Kalemba. Kalemba now skating with some confidence out there after potting one. Not an easy shot. Vigliotti hits the side of the cage on that one, and PAL breaks out of their zone. Steinfink will turn to pick up the puck now. Puck carries all the way back into his zone, curls around his net. A nice reverse there, leaves the puck for Vigliotti, who's able to dance around one man, despite the stick in his hands. And now he goes back behind his net again, does Lorenzo Vigliotti. Has the puck taken off him, though, eventually in the defensive zone. PAL trying to get that puck across into the slot. Good stick there by Kalemba, finds Fauci. Fauci picks up the puck on his own, now through the neutral zone with speed in the offensive zone. He shoots, and it's saved there by the PAL goaltender. And we'll get a stoppage in play with 3:14 left to go here in the first period. Now the Raiders will get New skaters out there. It'll be Kushlewski, Finkelstein, and Marchuka. Aiden and Hyder as the defensive pair. Marchuka leans over at the far dot, looking to win this on the forehand. He does. He clears his man's stick out of the way. Puck comes over to Kushlewski, then Aiden. Shot gets blocked, though, and now PAL has a break the other way. A 2-on-1 cutout. Expert back-checking there by Eli Finkelstein, who carries the puck right back into the offensive zone. He shoots a screen shot, nearly gets through. Good shot, even better save there by the PAL goaltender. Now it's Marchuka working in the far corner. Still with the puck. He feathers it up to Hyder. Hyder now tries a slapper from the far point. Goes wide after a deflection, but Finkelstein picks up. He finds his man in Kushlewski in the blue paint. And that's the Raiders' goal. Well, Finkelstein to Kushlewski there in the blue paint. And it was a no-doubter as soon as that pass left the Raiders' stick. So with 2:44 left to go here in the first period, it's Raiders 5, PAL nothing. And it'll be Marchuka winning forward on that ensuing faceoff. Breaks right back in the offensive zone. Tries to dangle around his man. Late skate gets in the way. And the puck comes all the way out of the zone on the ensuing pass. Aiden goes back into his own zone to pick it up at his blue line. Works that puck up through the center of the ice. He finds Nate Kushlewski. The goal scorer works that puck farther into the offensive zone. Now PAL tries to feather that out of the zone on the backhand. Puck comes up toward the blue line, but not out yet. Marchuka around his man. He's on the backhand, and then he leaves it for Hyder. Hyder tries a slapper, goes wide of the cage. Finkelstein goes to pick up now in the near corner. He works that up to Aiden. Aiden on the puck, works that puck in deeper. Puck now comes to Marchuka, who finds Finkelstein again. Return pass finds Marchuka. Marchuka and Finkelstein all over their PAL man at the end boards. Marchuka curls around the net, looking into the slot, tries a no-look shot, nearly scores there. Hits a man in front, doesn't get all the way through, and now PAL gets the puck out of their zone. Finkelstein there to it first, jams it right back across the blue line, and PAL has to break out again. They do, only so far as Marchuka at the red line. Now the puck comes in. Marchuka has it on the forehand. He sends a shot up and into the glove of the PAL goaltender, and we'll get a stoppage in play here at 1:35 left to go in the first period. Well, the ice has been tilted in the Raiders' favor here in the first period. And if you're a Raiders fan, you love to see it. Ensuing face-off at the far dot will be Berliner. He's got Pizarro out there with him. PAL jams that puck immediately out of the zone, though. It's going to go all the way down. We'll get icing waved as two sticks came together on that jam out. Gosser picks up behind his net. Works that over to Samosi. Puck rolls off his stick, and Gosser gets a second bite of that apple and works it up to the blue line. Now Samosi works it even farther, trying to find Pizarro. Samosi takes it himself. Samosi across the blue line, but just a little slower than Pizarro, and we'll get an offside call here with 1:15 left to go in the first period. Well, same skaters will stay out there. It's Gosser and Steinfink as the defensive pair. And it's Berliner over the near dot, just outside the blue line. Wins that face-off forward. PAL clears their zone. Gosser will have to wait for his forwards to clear. He does. The moment they clear, he jams that puck right back in. Now comes to Pizarro in the near corner. Pizarro all over his man and the puck. Berliner in for support. Tries to push that puck farther over to Pizarro. PAL in the way. They're using the boards, our PAL, to work that puck up and out. Samosi now in for support. Works that puck back to Berliner at the half wall. Berliner tries to work it farther to Pizarro. PAL knows that trick. And they're going to skate this puck out of the zone. They pass it across the blue line. They're into the neutral zone as PAL. Trying to streak toward the net. PAL unable to dangle Gosser, who works that puck up and out of the zone. And now it comes to Pizarro's feet. He's got it at the red line. He'll crawl for it and go right back into the offensive zone. Will down Pizarro. Pizarro works that puck farther all the way to the end boards. He's around the net now on the backhand, looking for some support. He's able to reverse it to Berliner at the far corner. Berliner now with the puck in the far corner. Tries to work that puck down deeper. Instead, PAL's there, and they flick that puck up to the blue line. Raiders unable to keep the zone, and now PAL has a bit of a break coming the other way. Hyder back with some speed. PAL tries to send something into the slot. Instead, it's cut out by the skates of Blake Hyder, who tries to work that puck farther to Samosi. PAL there first, but there's no time left here in the first. So after one, it's New York City Raiders 5, PAL nothing. Stick around right here on Midnight Sports. We're going to break and listen to one of our sponsors. Tonight's game on Midnight Sports is brought to you by using public Wi-Fi. Hockey fans, we've all been there. You're sitting somewhere and you don't have a cell signal, but you also don't have anything to do and you want to use your phone. So you open up the Wi-Fi and instantly get warnings. Connecting to an unsecured Wi-Fi provider can expose your passwords, emails, and deepest, darkest secrets to the world. So you pause and consider if it's worth the risk. How concerned should you be that international spies may intercept your Google searches of how long and at what temperature should I bake potatoes? And what time do the Rangers play tonight? God forbid some nefarious hacker sees that you couldn't complete today's Wordle. It's using public Wi-Fi when having a boring life is a benefit. Well, thank you to our sponsors as always. Time's ticked off here in the first intermission. We'll put 15 more minutes on the board, and we'll do it all over again. Looks like the teams are both still getting some last-minute instructions here from their benches. Well, the officials will skate out here to center ice and be likely to try and move things along, as they know the skaters are unlikely to come back out until called. These coaches know to give as much strategy preparation as they can. All right, Raiders called out. Now PAL, you'd expect to come out here momentarily. It'll be Vigliotti, Kalemba, and Fauci as the forward line. Hyder and Aiden get the call as the defensive pair. PAL earns themselves a whistle here. Will be out momentarily, undoubtedly. PAL goaltender comes out. And now the forwards and defensemen break from their coach as well. Well, we said it at the top of the broadcast, but Happy New Year out there to all those Midnight Sports viewers tuning in to this late Saturday night game. We couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for joining us. All right, Fauci leans over the center dot. Looks like he's going to try and work this over to Vigliotti if he can. Instead, it goes off a skate, comes to Kalemba and his counterpart on PAL. The puck's jammed toward the Raiders' blue line, but Kalemba comes away within the neutral zone. Now Kalemba with some speed. Tries to work it over to Fauci. Puck sits in the mid-slot momentarily. PAL's going to come away with it here. Vigliotti after his man. Puck gets dumped in. Icing waved off there. Puck goes all the way around to the end boards, and Aiden will pick it up in his own zone. He takes a heavy hit there, doing so. And Hyder now all over his man at the end boards. Puck still sits at the end boards as the players joust for it. Now PAL tries to work that out into the slot. Hits a stick. Fauci with a great defensive play there. Kalemba works it farther over to Fauci, and now Fauci comes away with it. Vigliotti with him on a 2-on-1. It's Fauci and Vigliotti pouring into the zone. Fauci tries a backhander, hits a leg, doesn't get through to Vigliotti, and PAL's going to come back the other way now. PAL out of their zone. They're at the red line. They try and dump that puck in deeper. Vigliotti with a nice back check, able to work the puck over to Fauci. Fauci now comes out of the defensive zone. He's with speed, and it's a 3-on-2. Fauci now into the slot at the near dot, looking for a teammate. Vigliotti sets up back post. Fauci's got Kalemba in the mid-slot. Kalemba now tries to work that over to Vigliotti. Vigliotti on the forehand, backing up, pulls that puck, goes high, wide of the cage, just misses there, and Aiden will pick up at the near point. Tries to work that into the slot again. Instead hits a PAL stick, but Vigliotti, a nice back check, keeps the zone. Now Vigliotti in the slot. He goes high over the goaltender and just misses the cage there. Aiden works that puck deeper and again to the offensive zone. Fauci turns to give chase. Fauci all over the puck now. Just has it come off his stick, and PAL take over and pass this puck out of their zone. PAL now into the neutral zone. They work that puck up farther to the Raiders' blue line, but it's jammed up and out of the zone by Hyder, and PAL comes right back into the offensive zone a little too quickly. So at 13-14 in the second period, we have our first stoppage in play, and it's going to be a face-off just outside the Raiders' zone after PAL was offside. Marchuka, Finkelstein, Koslevsky out as the forward. Steinfink and Gossler as the defensive pair. PAL takes over the puck in the neutral zone. More push by them this period, certainly, as Koslevsky backchecks his man, and Finkelstein takes over the puck on the Koslevsky pass. Finkelstein tries to work that up and out of the zone. Gummed up by PAL, at least momentarily, at the far boards. PAL all over the puck now, but Steinfink comes away with it and works it over to Marchuka. Marchuka turns with the puck on the backhand, goes for it. He's all the way into the offensive zone now, leaves it there for Finkelstein. Finkelstein sends a shot in on goal. It's saved nicely, but the follow-up is scored. Well, that's a Raiders goal there on the follow-up. Well, blink and you'd miss it. The Raiders score there on the rebound. Looks like it was Finkelstein with the shot, and Marchuka pots the rebound. And that's Raiders 6, PAL nothing. 12:43 left to go here in the second period. Marchuka wins the ensuing faceoff, breaks into the offensive zone. He's got Koslewski streaking toward the net. Koslewski in the blue paint as Marchuka tries a wraparound. Shut down there by the PAL goaltender. Oh, it was an excellent effort, even better save. Marchuka tries a tight angle shot. That one is saved as well, and now PAL desperate to get this puck out of the zone. Works it all the way up to Steinfink. Steinfink, who finds Koslewski in the slot, and that puck is settled and then sent right back out by the PAL goaltender. And PAL looking for a breakaway there. Instead, the puck goes just a bit too far, and it looks like we're going to get an icing call there on that pass, which gives us time to visit with our second sponsor this evening. This game on Midnight Sports is sponsored by your phone's autocorrect. Hockey fans, sure, your phone allows you to connect with anyone, anywhere in the world. But because it's now a capital crime to call anyone, you can only connect if you can text. And you can only text if you can get past your phone's vaunted autocorrect. Nothing will make you ducking madder or be more embraced than a "how are you doing" text turning into a "who are you dong" text. It's your phone's autocorrect. That's the last time you'll spend hundreds of dollars on this piece of shot. Well, ensuing faceoff sees the Raiders into the offensive zone. A couple of shots on goal, both turned aside. And now Aiden will jam that puck in farther, all the way to the far corner. Samosi all over his man, forces a pass to Bizarro. Bizarro now behind the net, tries to work out in front. It comes to Samosi, can't get his stick on it fast enough, though, as PAL sends that puck back to the end boards. Now Bizarro with the puck. Bizarro cycles that puck down to Samosi. Samosi will give chase. He's got Berliner for support. They trade positions as Berliner goes to the far corner and Samosi goes to the slot. Now Samosi in for support with Berliner. Puck comes out to two PAL players, but no farther as Berliner fights hard for that puck at the end boards. He does eventually pop it to Samosi, who cycles it right back down, and Bizarro will give chase. Bizarro now on the puck. He's got it in the near corner. He's on the forehand, looking at goal. Tries a bad angle shot off the goalie's stick. Rebound pops out to Berliner. Can't quite feather it through all the bodies in front, and PAL will break out. They've got a 3-on-2 developing. Berliner getting back to make it a 3-on-3. Soft shot comes in, but it's blocked aside by Hyder. And Samosi will skate right back the other way with the puck. It's Samosi on the puck now. He's got a 2-on-2 developing, trying to get on the forehand. He's on the backhand. He curls around the cage, protects the puck, tries to send it to Bizarro. Can't get all the way through, and now the puck comes up. Now it's Speaker with the puck as it goes all the way to the end wall there. And it's cycled back in front. And that puck never shot on goal as the Raiders survive that breakaway. And Vigliotti takes over the puck in the offensive zone. He goes high, hits the crossbar there. Oh, you could hear the iron from up here. And Hyder keeps the puck in the zone. It rolls softly into the blue paint, but not on goal, as Gosser takes over now in the neutral zone and back at his blue line. Uses the boards to work that up to Fauci. Fauci with the puck. He gathers it, skates back into his defensive zone to buy his team some time to set up. He's on the backhand is Fauci. He's outskated two men, now through the neutral zone in the offensive zone. He's on the backhand, looking for Kalemba in front. Can't get it to him, keeps the puck, and now looking for some support in the offensive zone. He jams it in farther now, and he finds Kalemba there. Kalemba tries to take the puck past his man. He does, but he's taken out of the play at the last second, and PAL is going to be able to pass this puck up and out of the zone. PAL's in the neutral zone now. They've gained the red line, but not the blue, as Vigliotti, with another good back check, takes over the puck. Now it's Steinfink with the puck on the forehand. He sends a shot in, looking for a pass shot there for Vigliotti to clean up. Instead, it's gloved down by the PAL goaltender. So with 9:40 left to go here in the second period, it's Raiders 6, PAL nothing. Now this is going to be a face-off with Marchuka, Koslewski, and Finkelstein out there as the forward line. Hyder and Aiden as the defensive pair. It's going to come to the PAL goalie's left. And we'll have puck drop right now. Finkelstein takes over that Marchuka win, works it back to the point, looking for a deflection in front. Marchuka tries a backhand, saved nicely there by a very alert PAL goaltender. And that puck stays out of the cage. So with 9:31 left in the second, we're going to do it all over again. It's going to be a face-off at the near dot this time. Same skaters out. Marchuka looking to send this puck into the slot. Instead, PAL comes away with it. Koslewski all over his man at the end boards. Keeps the puck all the way down in the offensive zone. Now Marchuka with support. Koslewski tries to work it farther. Marchuka there with him. Puck gets reversed all the way to Aiden at the far point, who just sends the puck deeper in the offensive zone. Now Finkelstein tries to work that puck back up to Aiden for a shot. Instead, PAL comes away with it. They're going to be able to pass this out of the zone. They cross the blue line, but don't get much farther, as the Raiders are all over the puck immediately. Puck comes into the neutral zone, sent farther by Aiden, and PAL just reverses it right back the other way. Aiden picks up the puck at his own blue line. Aiden now skating through the neutral zone with the puck. He's on the forehand is Aiden. Tries a shot in through the legs of the PAL defender, but instead it hits a shin guard and stays out. Marchuka at the near point, covering for Aiden. Marchuka now dances in low into the offensive zone, trying to get that on the forehand so he can hit a teammate in the slot. He does get it on the forehand. He does hit a teammate in the slot. Koslewski can't quite get that through on the first try. He's going to have a second bite at the apple here as the puck rolls all the way to the far corner. And he couldn't quite pull the trigger in time. And now Aiden will clean up the puck at the near half wall. Tries to send that puck farther to Marchuka, who was waiting for it, but instead, PAL player makes a good play there and jams that puck up and off the boards. Now Hyder waits for the Raiders to clear, finds Finkelstein as the puck comes in high on the PAL goaltender, and we'll get a stoppage in play at 8:13 left to go here in the second period. And it'll be an offensive zone draw coming up for the Raiders. Well, there's no score where the coaching stops, that's for sure. As Coach Coffey lets his team know the optimal play there was as they broke into the zone. It'll be Berliner, Pizarro, Samosi out there as the forwards. Gosler and Steinfink as a defensive pair. You really have to love Coach Coffey's passion here in a 6-0 game halfway through, letting the kids know what they are supposed to be doing out there. Just a wonderful job. All right, it's Berliner now in the near corner. Berliner looks for Pizarro. He finds him at the end boards. Now the puck nearly comes into the blue paint. It's stopped there as the cage comes off its moorings. We'll get a stoppage in play at 7:52 left to go here in the second period. It's going to be an offensive zone draw here for the Raiders. And folks, a reminder, you're watching Midnight Sports. New and improved graphics to distract you from the same old puns. Puck comes to Pizarro. Pizarro tries that shot in. It is saved nicely by the PL goaltender. Now Samosi will have to track back into the neutral zone to pick up that puck and work it farther. He does send it in the offensive zone, but without possession. PAL sends it right back the other way. They've got a mini break going here. PAL in on, and they shoot and they score. That's a PAL goal. They had a mini break. They were all alone in the offensive zone, and they did not miss. PAL cuts this lead to 5, and with 7:28 left to go, that could be a momentum builder for them. Well, ensuing faceoff's going to be Fauci, Columba, and Vigliotti. Hyder and Aiden out there as the defensive pair. PAL's defenders told to stay out of the circle for the drop. And doesn't matter much because PAL breaks right back in the offensive zone. They're in quickly. Puck bounces up and out of the cage. Speaker made a save there. Didn't know much about the rebound, but it did roll wide. And PAL with a big push here after the goal, right back into the offensive zone. Raiders will have to settle it down. They do. Vigliotti jams that puck out of the zone and gives chase on that bouncing puck. Instead, though, PAL turns right back into the offensive zone. PAL on the forehand. They send a shot in. It's blockered aside by Speaker there as it sits to the side of the cage, and PAL tries to work it farther. They do, but only momentarily as the puck comes up to Vigliotti. Vigliotti on the puck, gains the red line and sends that puck into the offensive zone. Vigliotti gives chase there with 6:46 left to go here in the second period. Vigliotti on the forehand, tries to work that out into the slot. Instead, comes all the way out of the zone as PAL had taken over control. Hyder tracks back to his blue line. He's on the forehand, looking to go point to point. Instead, sends it right up through the teeth of the PAL defense on a nice pass to Vigliotti. The puck just comes off Vigliotti's stick, with some heavy hitting there in the neutral zone. Sees the Raiders take over again. PAL now with possession of the puck in the neutral zone. They send that in the offensive zone, but without possession again. And now Hyder dances around a big hit as the puck comes to the blue line. And PAL tries to work that puck in the offensive zone. Instead, Vigliotti's going to give chase of the puck. He does work that over to Fauci. Fauci now with the puck. He gains the offensive zone. He's on the backhand, looking for some support in the middle, trying to get that over to Columba. He does work it over to Columba at the end wall. Now the puck comes into the slot, but no Raiders stick there as PAL is going to skate this out of the zone. PAL with the puck at the red line is PAL. They gain the offensive zone, looking for some support. Send that rink wide, and they'll try and pick it up, but instead, Koslewski comes away with it and jams that puck farther. He gives chase. A self-pass doesn't quite connect as the puck comes up and out of play into the Raiders bench, and we'll get a stoppage in play with 5:38 left to go here in the second period. It's Raiders 6, PAL 1. Offensive zone draw here for the Raiders as PAL put it into the Raiders bench from their own defensive zone. And so it'll be Marchuka at the far dot, trying to win this over to Koshlewski or Finkelstein to his right. It's Steinfink and Gosler out there as the defensive pair. Referee makes sure everyone's set, and Marchuka wins that over to Finkelstein, who sends it up to Steinfink, tries to work that puck in deeper, hits a body in front, and PAL looks to break out the other way. They cross the blue line, but without possession as the puck's jammed back into the neutral zone by Gosler, and then out of his own zone. Gosler finds Marchuka. Marchuka now crosses the blue line. He's got Koshlewski coming in with him. Marchuka with speed. Look out, that backhander is deadly. Just misses the cage on that shot. And Marchuka returns the pass to Finkelstein, who tries to go high on the goaltender. It's gloved down, and PAL now looks to break out of their zone. PAL with the puck. They cross the red line, send it in all the way deep. Gosler tracks back to his end boards to pick up the puck on the backhand. He does. He skates around one man, and now he's on the forehand with speed through the neutral zone. Gosler breaking all the way into the offensive zone now. Gosler on the forehand. He sends that puck just wide of the cage. Puck comes up to Hyder at the far point. Hyder now pours in, sends a shot in that's gobbled up by the PAL goaltender. So with 4:42 left to go here in the second period, we get a stoppage in play and an offensive zone draw upcoming for the Raiders. Well, the Raiders will get some new skaters out there. It'll be Berliner, Samosi, and Bizarro as the forwards. Looks like it's going to be Steinfink and Aiden as the defensive pair. Puck's won forward by Berliner. Samosi takes over in the far corner. Now the puck comes to Berliner, who sends it right back to Samosi. Samosi with the puck, reverses over to Berliner, who pours in to pick up the puck again in the far corner. He's got two men all over him, but he works it over to Bizarro. Bizarro now with the puck behind the net. Tries to send that in front. Misses everybody, though. The puck's going to come all the way down as Speaker waits for that puck to get to him, make sure it's not icing, and he leaves that puck for Aiden. Aiden now picks up the puck and skates the other way. Aiden with the puck. He's got Samosi in front of him, who makes way as Aiden picks up the puck and dumps it all the way in once he gains the line. Bizarro now with the puck in the near corner. Tries to work that farther, back up to Berliner. He's got two PAL men on him, though. PAL tries to take the puck farther out of the zone, but instead Bizarro works it to Samosi, who gets the puck back from Bizarro again. Bizarro now works the puck up to Aiden. Aiden tries to jam it farther, but PAL's in the way, and they're going to pass this puck up and out of the zone with 3:44 left to go here in the second. Steinfink will have to track back and pick up the puck in his own defensive zone. He's skating with speed, but loses the puck at the last second, and PAL just dumps that right back in. Now Aiden picks up the puck. He uses the boards to work it up to Bizarro. Through the leg pass over to Samosi, who's one-on-one with his man, now has a streaking Bizarro with him. Samosi finds Bizarro. Bizarro shoots. Oh, just a little bit more over the leg pad, and that one would have gone in. That was a pretty hockey play. Too bad it didn't convert. Anyway, the puck comes in the far half wall, comes to Hyder, who works it to Bizarro, just misses the net there, and now the puck's at the side of the cage. We get a quick whistle as the puck might have been covered momentarily. So with 3:09 left to go in the second period, it's Raiders 6, PAL 1, offensive zone draw coming up. And it looks like it's going to be Fauci, Kalemba, and Vigliotti out there as forwards. It'll be Gosler and Steinfink as the defensive pair. Puck's dropped. Fauci wins that over to Vigliotti, who tries to work it farther. Puck comes up to Steinfink at the far point, dumps the puck in deeper. Fauci now gives chase. He picks it up, does Fauci, kicks it to himself. He's looking to work that puck up to a Raiders teammate. Instead, PAL comes away with it. Another back check, though, by Vigliotti. Keeps that puck from being a threatening one. Steinfink tracks back into his own defensive zone. Picks up the puck, curls behind his own cage on the backhand. Puck rolls on him, but he works it up to Kalemba. And now Fauci tries to work it forward. Instead, PAL at the blue line jams that puck farther into the zone. It's Gosler who works that over to Kalemba. Kalemba on the forehand. Takes a heavy hit there. Works it up to the blue line, but no farther. Now PAL looking to get that puck into the zone. Some rolling bodies in front as that shot goes wide. Vigliotti now on the puck. On the forehand, goes backhand, and he skates the puck out of his zone. He's got some speed and some ice in front of him now. He's got two teammates behind. Vigliotti on the forehand. Tries to get the shot off, and the pass now comes into the slot. Can't quite find Kalemba. Slapper comes in. Deflection by Fauci nearly on net. 2:11 left to go here in the second period as the puck comes to the near point and Gosler. Gosler sends that puck right back into the offensive zone. Good keep by him. Fauci goes rink wide, finds Hyder. Hyder now near the far circle. Leaves that puck for Vigliotti. Vigliotti gets it on his forehand, sends it right back down to Hyder, and then streaks toward the net. Puck comes through the blue paint. No Raiders stick there to put it in, and PAL clears the zone. Comes up to Gosler now in the neutral zone. Gosler on the forehand. Sends that puck over to Vigliotti. Finds him on a nice diagonal pass as Vigliotti breaks into the offensive zone. He's got Fauci and Colomba streaking through. Pass goes just a little bit behind, and the Raiders can only jam it farther into the zone. PAL comes away with it with just 90 seconds left to go in this period. They skate the puck up and out of their zone. They're cheating a little bit for the home run pass, and they cheated just a bit too much as two PAL players made it in the offensive zone before the puck. So with 1:25 left to go here in the second period, PAL's offside, and we'll get a stoppage in play. I'll give the Raiders a chance to get some new skaters out there for this draw just outside their defensive zone. Looks like it'll be Kushlevsky, Marchuka, and Finkelstein as the forwards. Aiden and Hyder as the defensive pair. Marchuka wins that puck forward. Finkelstein finds it and sends it right back to Marchuka. Marchuka breaks into the offensive zone. Finkelstein tries to work it farther. Instead, PAL jams that out. Hyder's going to get to this puck first as two PAL players are all around him. Hyder kicks it to himself, curls behind his own net. He's on his backhand, going to need to use the boards or find a teammate as he feathers to it. Instead, he takes option 3, skates it himself all the way out of the zone into the offensive zone, and now tries to leave it for Marchuka. Marchuka tracks it down in the far corner, looks for Kushlevsky in front of the net. Puck now sits at the end wall as Marchuka turns, and he does find Finkelstein, who sends a shot in on goal. Saved nicely by PAL. Now Kushlevsky tries to feather one high up over the defender to a teammate. Puck still in the offensive zone here for the Raiders. Marchuka curls with the puck on the forehand. He goes high over the cage. It'll be Aiden now picking up the puck with just 40 seconds left in the offensive zone. Looking to work that puck in deep to Marchuka. Marchuka takes a body to leave the puck right at the end boards and then work it over to Kushlevsky. Good play there by Luke Marchuka. Marchuka again with the puck at the end boards. Behind the cage, trying to curl around onto the backhand. He's got Gossler up high. He's got Kushlevsky in the mid-slot. Opts for Kushlevsky, whose stick is lifted just at the last second, and Aiden will have to pick up the puck. He does find Kushlevsky there, who works it over to Marchuka. Marchuka sends a shot in, but it's saved nicely by the PAL goaltender with just 12 and a half seconds left to go here in the second period. Well, good offensive work there by the Raiders. They just couldn't hit home on it. So as it stands, still a 5-goal lead for them with 12 and a half seconds left to go here in the second period. It'll be Berliner, Pizarro, and Samosi as the forwards out there. They've got Steinfink and Gosser backing them up. Berliner wins that on the backhand over to the far wall, and Samosi fires in to try and keep the puck. Just 8 seconds left to go. Steinfink keeps the zone, at least at first. Now Gosser keeps his own. 3 seconds left to go. Desperate shot there by the Raiders. Doesn't get through, and that'll be the horn for the end of the second. After 2, it's New York City Raiders 6, PAL 1. Stick around. Right after these messages from our sponsors, we'll have the start of period 3. This game on Midnight Sports is made possible by returning sponsor, Your New Year's Resolutions. Hockey fans, it's January 7th, so it's time to check in on those New Year's resolutions. How are we doing on folding that laundry as soon as it's done? Or skipping dessert at some meals? Is it going about as well as limiting yourself to 1 beer or trying to read more? Don't worry. The good thing about resolutions is they're like plans with those neighbors you don't really like. No one expects you to keep them. It's your New Year's resolutions. Resolve to stop making them. Well, there's nothing quite like royalty-free music, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. But to liven things up here at Northwell Health Ice Center, we've got a special guest to join us here for the start of the third, and hopefully all the way through the third.
Oh, yeah.
It's everybody's favorite, RB. Ralph, how you doing? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Mr. Collin. And, of course, Happy New Year to all our viewers, whether you're in the live chat or you're watching on the replay. Let's make a great 2023. Why not?
Ralph, did I see you down there with a camera?
Yeah, so I had the pleasure of staying behind the bench for a couple periods, trying to get a couple snapshots of the kids, you know. It's so hard to shoot behind the glass with all the chips and things and marking. So anytime I get an opportunity to shoot behind there, you know, I take it. And it was supposed to be one period, but I stayed for two.
Well, you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes.
I love it.
Love it.
Well, turns out you had a pretty good seat for what's turning into an entertaining contest here. Looked like it might be a blowout at the start of the first. Ensuing face-off to start the third sees the Raiders break all the way back in. They've had a couple shots on goal here, some nice saves by the PAL goaltender. And so it's now Gosser trying to work that puck into the front. Hits a PAL stick, and Berliner's able to keep the zone and work that up to Steinfink. Steinfink on the puck now. Sends one wide of the cage on purpose, using the boards all the way down deep just to try and keep the zone. Puck now comes up to PAL, and they're going to break out of the zone as PAL. It's a 3-on-2 developing the other way for them. They're into the slot, try and dangle one man. Shot comes in, hits a stick, and that's a PAL goal. Just like that, it's 6-2.
That was a weird little deflection there, Collin. I mean, I don't think Ryan saw that, to be honest. It was a cross-ice pass. It seems like he was going for the winger, and maybe it hit a defenseman's stick and slipped right under Collin. So
yeah, well, it looked like it might have taken a carom, but you know what they say, they all count the same.
Yeah, I guess
so. PAL 2, Raiders 6, 13:43 left to go here in the third period. Ensuing faceoff, PAL wins. They've got the puck in the neutral zone. They work it farther in the offensive zone. Bouncing puck comes in on Speaker. He gloves it right there. No whistle yet until PAL comes in. And Speaker's just going to hold on to that puck instead of releasing it for play and explaining to his teammates that he saw a streaking winger, I guess, coming the other way. PAL gets an offensive faceoff for it. It's Fauci and Aiden out there on the weak part of the circle. The Raiders will eventually come away with the puck now as Kalemba looks for Vigliotti. That puck is deflected by Vigliotti, so icing's waved off, and PAL tries to pick up the puck in their own end. Lorenzo all over his man, tries to work that puck into the crease on the backhand. Puck now comes to Vigliotti, works it farther to Hyder, who beats his man to the puck. Looks like, though, he did so with some interference, and the Raiders are going to be going to the box here with 13:12 left to go in the third period. Well, I hope nobody turned this one off early, because it's developing into quite a game there, Ralph.
You just never know in youth hockey, especially in the third period, Collin. But anything can happen, honestly. I mean, the team can turn it around and get hot. But I think Ryan Annette's going to be fine. He's probably a little cold right now, hasn't seen much action. But I'm confident in his skills, and I'm confident in the Raiders. But, hey, you know, there's always that 0.10%, isn't there, Collin?
Well, we'll see if it comes to pass here as the Raiders are able to clear the zone on this penalty kill. Vigliotti on an aggressive forecheck there, able to take that puck and keep it in the offensive zone at least momentarily. Now PAL turns. They've got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. They're into the offensive zone. Some good back checking by Steinfink and an even better stick by Gosser. Cuts out that threat in the slot. PAL now sends it in. A nice save there by Speaker. Keeps that puck out. PAL keeps the offensive zone. Fauci all over his man on the penalty kill. PAL comes away with it, but Steinfink works it over to Fauci, who's able to backhand that up and out of the zone. Icing not waved here, despite the PAL player being close by. So, with 12:32 left to go in the third period, it's going to be an offensive zone draw for PAL on what was called an icing.
You saw the PAL kind of camping out to the back door of Ryan Speaker, the Raiders goaltender, calling for it, banging on the ice, asking for the puck, and he did get the shot off, but I told you, Ryan's not playing games today. Ryan Speaker makes a great save.
Well, let's see what PAL does when they win the ensuing faceoff. Shot comes in. Speaker gloves that aside to the near corner. PAL will have to pick up there. They've got the puck in the near corner. Aiden all over his man. Forces him to work it up to the near point. Now the shot comes in. Speaker's able to just gobble that one up between the leg pads with 12:16 left to go here in the third period. Well, sometimes being lucky is better than good, and that puck did get caught between the leg pads, but he was guiding it wide, and it just got stuck there, so If the goals count the same, the saves do as well. Marchuka wins the ensuing faceoff. He gains the line, keeps the puck himself all the way in the offensive zone. Marchuka takes it all the way. That's a 200-foot goal for Luke Marchuka. Good gosh, was that wonderful. He scores, and that's a Raiders goal. What'd you see there, Ralph?
I mean, typical Marchuka, typical Chooks, man, just taking the puck, going along the side of the ice, flying down the ice, and just, and with all that momentum, he puts it on the stick, he puts it behind the stick, into the puck, scores his goal. 7-2 Raiders.
Well, he did that as a shorty, and he wins the ensuing faceoff. Still 50 seconds left to go on the Hyder interference call, and Marchuka carries that right into the offensive zone. Best way to kill a penalty is in the offensive zone, of course. PAL looks to break out, but they only get so far as Aiden, who works that puck over to Koshlewski, who comes right back in the zone. Koshlewski now with the long shot, saved nicely by the PAL goaltender, and PAL takes the puck and curls behind their own net. PAL curls behind their net, except it comes to Marchuka, and Marchuka sends a shot in on goal. Well, an ensuing faceoff is going to be in the offensive zone here for the Raiders. And it's going to be at the near dot. Looks like they'll get 4 new penalty killers out there with just 24 seconds left to go on this kill. So it'll be Berliner over the dot. Berliner works that puck farther. Samosi takes over now, and he's in the near corner. He cycles that down. Berliner's going to get to this puck first. 11:27 left to go in this one as Berliner passes it to himself off the boards. Just 13 seconds left to go on the kill here. PAL take over there. On the backhand, they rack that puck around the boards to Aiden, who takes the puck in the neutral zone, goes point to point with Steinfink, who breaks right back into the zone. Steinfink pushes that puck farther and effectively kills the rest of this penalty off. Back to 5-on-5 skating as PAL takes over the puck. Puck comes over to Samosi, who's on the forehand, works that puck in deeper to the near corner. PAL eventually takes over. Heavy hitting there by Bizarro. Sees his man separated from the puck, and Aiden will take over in the neutral zone. He's on the forehand. He dumps that puck back in as the Raiders had cleared the zone. Bizarro in on the forecheck. Bizarro in the near corner. Tries to work that puck up. He curls around with it. He's in the mid-slot as Bizarro. Look out. Oh, deflected by Berliner right on goal. Saved nicely by the PAL goaltender, who might not know too much about that one. But Bizarro will take back over in the far corner momentarily. Samosi in for support. Tries to work that puck deeper. Takes a stick to the skates. Loses his edge, and PAL will try and break out with it. Berliner all over his man on the back check. Still hasn't taken it off him quite yet. PAL on the forehand. They're in on goal. They go high on Speaker, but he's able to turn that aside. And PAL tries to work that puck up. Might have hit the post there, Ralph. Not sure. But in any event, stayed out of the back of the net, and Steinfink tries to work that puck out of the zone. Instead, PAL takes over. They're looking for that pass into the slot. Berliner with a man all over him. Turns with the puck, and he's going to skate this out of the zone. Nearly. Oh, PAL takes over on that pass. Now they're in the slot on the forehand. Shot comes in on Speaker. He's able to just handcuff blocker that aside, and Gossler now looks to pick up the puck. PAL's not going away here, RB. What do you think?
Well, they're definitely getting a lot more shots now, I feel like, in the third period, maybe compared to the first two. But here's the thing. The good thing is that they're getting shots. The bad thing is that Speaker is warm now, and he's blocking them. He sees the shots, and he's patting them away, and he's keeping them out the net. He's keeping the score at 7-2.
Well, Ralph, I appreciate your optimism in Speaker. I'm not sure it's always shared by me, but
you gotta give him a little credit.
At least one of us can be optimistic. That's good.
I always show love to the goaltenders, all right? Let that be my reputation.
Well, ensuing offensive zone draw is going to be Fauci. He's got Vigliotti and Kalemba out there with him. Aiden and Hyder as the defensive pair. Fauci wins that forward, tries to jam it farther. PAL uses the boards, though, to get that puck up and past the blue line. Hyder now tries to go point to Aiden. He does. Puck comes in the offensive zone. Fauci had just cleared, but he'll take over the puck at the near half wall. Can't work that puck any farther as PAL comes away with it. They skate this out of their zone, does PAL. Shot out of a cannon into the neutral zone. They dump that puck, and they'll give chase. Hyder gets there first. Hyder now with the puck. He's going to skate this out himself. He's got Kalemba and Vigliotti in front. Vigliotti at the blue line waiting for it. Hyder takes it all the way in the offensive zone. He loads up. He goes high over the cage. Now Vigliotti tries to clean up at the near half wall. Sends that puck farther. He's got Fauci over there with him. Fauci trying to backhand that puck into the near corner and then work it up to Vigliotti. 2 PAL men on him, but can't get past Aiden as the puck just sits at the blue line. 2 Raiders take the puck and send it in deeper. Vigliotti with the puck at the half wall, looking for a little support. He's got the puck on his backhand. dances around a big hit that he didn't see there. PAL able to send that puck up, but not out of the zone. Jackson now with the puck. Kalemba goes to the end line. Can't quite get the puck farther, though, and Aiden will take over at the near point. Aiden on that puck. He sends a shot in. Jackson tries to deflect that farther. Instead, it hits a PAL man, and PAL break out of the zone here. They're in the neutral zone. Great back checking there by Fauci. Cuts out the threat. 8:15 left to go here in the third period. Raiders have a healthy 5-goal lead, but PAL's pushing for the next one. Gosser now in the offensive zone. Tries to curl with the puck. Too much speed, and the puck comes off his stick, so Kalemba works it farther. Kalemba down to Fauci. Fauci on the puck now in the near corner. Tries to send that over to Lorenzo in the slot. Finds a PAL stick instead, and PAL will break out of their zone. They only get so far as Steinfink at his own defensive blue line, who finds Kalemba and works that puck back up into the zone. The Raiders will go for a change here as PAL takes over behind their net. PAL with the puck. Still in the defensive zone is PAL. Looking for that home run pass. It connects. They're in the zone, but it looks like they're just offside. Oh, that was a tight one, huh?
That was real close, man. I thought he was ready to break away, but, man, that was inches offside.
Well, for the Raiders, it's a good thing they can't send that one to Toronto.
I guess not.
No video review there. Yikes.
They need to make one in Queens.
Hey, you might know something about that,
I might know a guy.
Well, 7:38 left to go here in the third period. Offensive zone draw coming up for the Raiders. Marchuka, Finkelstein, Kishlevsky as the forwards. Aiden and Hyder as the defensive pair. This is going to come to the PAL goalie's right. PAL comes away with it, but only so far as Finkelstein, who works that puck in deeper. Excuse me. That was Kishlevsky who works it in deeper over to Finkelstein. Marchuka now with the puck at the near point. Now at the near circle, he curls in. He's got room. He can lift that backhand. He does. This one goes high over the net, but he collects his own rebound, sends a tight angle shot off the goalie. Puck sits momentarily until Kishlevsky picks it up. Kishlevsky now cycles that down to Marchuka. This line's got some juice right now. Marchuka tries to send that rink wide. He finds Kishlevsky. Kishlevsky sends a shot in that's saved nicely. Works it over to Finkelstein, who tries to work that up to Marchuka. Instead, the puck rolls all the way past the blue line, and PAL picks up the puck in the neutral zone. It's cut out nicely by Hyder's skate. Finkelstein now looking for Kishlevsky. They find Hyder. Hyder into the zone. He's got Marchuka with him. That shot goes in. That's a Raiders goal.
The PAL goalie a little down on himself with that one. I think he knew he could have done a little better to keep that one out the net, but it just slips by him low to his blocker's side, and Raiders are able to increase the lead just a little bit more.
That's right. We said that line had some juice, and it really did have some juice.
Yeah. It seems like all lines are firing today, Colin.
That's a good point. They are, and it's Raiders 8, PAL 2 on the Hyder goal. That's a tough one as a goalie when you're working one way and the shot comes back across you the other way.
Yeah, real tough, especially when they're low. They're sneaky.
Well, it'll be Aiden to pick up the puck in his own zone here. He's still got Hyder out there with him, the goal scorer, and they go point to point. Hyder picks up the puck on his forehand, works that right back to Samosi. Samosi now works it up to Pizarro. He's got Pizarro with him. Samosi takes that shot. It's gloved up and then down by the PAL goaltender, and a nice save with 6:21 left to go here in the third period.
Pretty sure the Raiders coach right now is probably telling them, just get the puck deep, put it into the corners, let the clock run. Let's get home for a late night dinner. What do you think?
What is for dinner tonight?
I don't know. I think we're Seamless Web.
Ooh.
McDonald's.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Can I borrow some money?
You could.
Seamless.
Yeah.
That's strong. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Might be some lucky charms for me. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Only if the Raiders win will be lucky charms.
We got lucky charms.
Yeah, that's Samosi now with the puck in the neutral zone. He crosses the blue line. Finds Pizarro in the slot. Pizarro on the backhand. Tries to jam it around forehand. 2, 3, 4 nice saves by the PL goaltender. Oh, what a sequence for that goaltender. Wonderful set of saves there as the Raiders had several cracks at it and couldn't find the back of the net. So with 6 minutes even left to go here in the third period, it's still Raiders 8, PAL 2.
Yeah, looked like Pizarro's trying to sneak in a goal there just as kind of a consolation prize for himself. But, the goalie comes up big, but it's okay.
Well, strangely, it was almost like he ran out of ice. Normally you want to be in that blue paint, and he just couldn't get that last backhand to forehand going, and, the goalie's stick got in the way. Well, Raiders have the puck in the offensive zone, but without possession here, so it'll be PAL to skate that puck out of the zone. They do Only so far is Jackson Kalemba, though, who pours right back into the offensive zone. He's got Fauci with him, but he's taken out of the play. And the Raiders will have to pick right back up in the neutral zone once their forwards clear the offensive zone. Gosler with the puck. He sends that in the offensive zone. Oh my, a one-man forecheck there, nearly in on goal, but Vigliotti will have to take over the puck in the neutral zone. He curls, buys his forwards some time, and now he comes right back into the offensive zone. Vigliotti on the forehand, sends that puck high, and it's blockered aside by the PAL goaltender. PAL now looks to break out, but not able to get that puck past the blue line as it hits the linesman at the far half wall and stays in the zone. PAL still working to get that puck out. Bit of a ping-pong match developing in the offensive end here for the Raiders as we tick just under 5 minutes. The Raiders will have to pick up again in the neutral zone. It's Vigliotti looking to go weak side over to Kalemba. Hits a stick there, but does come through to Kalemba, who dumps that puck in, and the Raiders will get a three-man change out of this. Fauci stays out there. Kalemba now goes to the bench. That's 4, and PAL tries to pick up the puck and skate it all the way through the neutral zone. Instead, the Raiders come away with it. Nice reverse by Marchuka. Finds Hyder. Hyder now with some speed. Finds Marchuka again. Marchuka into the offensive end. Tries to leave that puck for a trailer, and Hyder will pick back up and try and jam the puck farther. Instead, PAL comes away with it. They're in the neutral zone is PAL. They gain the line. They come all the way into the offensive zone. They've got a tight angle shot developing here, but it's cut out nicely by Aiden, and PAL just has to dump that puck in deeper. 4:12 left to go in this game as Finkelstein picks up the puck. He finds Koslewski. Koslewski turns. He's got a headman pass available for Marchuka. Can't quite hit him there. Puck comes back to Hyder, who gains the line and leaves it for Marchuka. Now Hyder and Marchuka work together to work that puck into the offensive end. Puck sits at the blue line momentarily, and Koslewski comes away with it in the neutral zone, and he finds Marchuka. Marchuka builds up some speed, gains the offensive end. No call for offside there as the Raiders gain the zone. It's Marchuka leaving it for Finkelstein, who tries to work that over to Koslewski. Comes to Marchuka again. Now the near side. Marchuka looking for a teammate in the slot. He finds one in Koslewski, who has to turn with the puck, work it over to Finkelstein. Finkelstein back to Marchuka. Marchuka tries to go up and in and hits a body in front. We get a whistle here, and that's a goal. Lot of bodies in front, Ralph. What'd you see?
A little bit of tic-tac-toe going on. We saw Marchuka kind of controlling the puck, skating around the net. He was being patient, waiting for either a pass or a shot. He was able to get that backhand off, but a rebound came up, and put it away.
And as a result, it's 9-2. Raiders with a 7-goal lead here. Ensuing faceoff is going to be Berliner, Pizarro, and Samosi. Aiden and Hyder out there. Puck comes up to Samosi in the neutral zone. He's on the forehand, works that over to Hyder. Hyder now with some speed into the offensive end. Hyder tries to go around his man. PAL is able to take it off him, and that puck's just going to come all the way to Speaker, who wants that clock to keep going, and he's going to work that puck up to the half wall, trying to find Aiden there. PAL first to the puck. Puck sits in the offensive zone. Now Berliner with the puck. Speaker must have been told to touch that one, so there was no icing to stop the clock, or he took matters into his own hands. Regardless, we play on. Pizarro at the end boards now. Forces a pass all the way up to Hyder at the near point. Hyder sends that right back down to Pizarro. Pizarro curls with the puck. He's at the near dot. He tries to go for that top corner, and it's blockered aside by the PAL goaltender. Berliner now finds Pizarro, tries to touch that on, but instead PAL comes away with it momentarily. Berliner keeps the zone, turns for Samosi. Samosi tries to get on the forehand for a jam shot from Pizarro, just misses the stick. Now Pizarro dances around his man, thinks about the wraparound. Now he waits for a teammate to streak into the zone. Finds Berliner there, leaves it for Samosi, who puts it in. That's a Raiders goal.
Another tic-tac-toe play for the Raiders, Colin. It started with Pizarro. He looked like he was attempting to go for that wraparound, but again, shows some patience, keeps his heads up, makes a pass. Another pass ensues, and here we go, another goal. So
yeah, Pizarro to Berliner to Samosi. And the Raiders look good on that play, no doubt. Ensuing faceoff worked up by Gosser to Vigliotti. Vigliotti on the forehand dumps that puck in. Kills some more time here with just 2:07 left to go in this game. Kalemba in the far corner now, and he dumps that puck in deeper, and PAL can't clear the zone. Gosser leaves it for Vigliotti. Vigliotti storms into the slot. Puck just rolls off his stick, and now Gosser tries to guide it farther over to Fauci. Instead, PAL comes away with it, and they clear the zone. Puck comes up to Steinfink at center ice. He dumps that puck in once he gains the line, and Kalemba will fire in on the forecheck. PAL man there to meet him. Puck now sits in the far corner as Fauci and Kalemba fight for that puck. But PAL gets there first. They dump it up and out of the zone. Oh, it looks like it caught a player on the bench, but fortunately, just in the chest. Well, Ralph, tell me a little bit about these pictures you were taking.
Just a little project I'm working on. Again, I'm doing something called it's called @Cheesebox, CHZ_BOX. Just kind of covering the Catholic high school hockey league as well as the club teams with the Long Island. The Long Island League. So,
yep. Long Island Amateur Hockey League.
That's the one. Thank you
got it.
Colin.
Absolutely. I'm not good for much, but sometimes something.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, just taking some pictures been a big passion of mine for a long time, and just give something for the players, something for the parents. It's a lot of fun, man.
And if I wanted to find these, where would I find them right now?
You can go on Instagram. It's @Cheesebox. It's CHZ_BOX.
Very good.
Cheesebox, yeah.
Very good. All right. Thanks for letting us know.
Yeah, but had a lot of fun. We saw Vigliotti. Did he go in the box, Lorenzo?
He did. It looked like it was a tripping call. 2 minutes in the box.
I think his game is complete now for today because I think he had a goal, had a couple of hits, almost an assist, now a penalty. But he's had the hot hand lately, and
that puck rolled in the crease there. Speaker thought he had it covered. Instead, stayed in the blue paint, and that's pretty quick. I guess a charitable interpretation is he was trying to get his buddy Lorenzo out of the box.
Yeah, that's what it was.
A more accurate take on that is shot came in, wasn't able to cover, and back to a 7-goal game here. Raiders 10, PAL 3.
Well, with 1:20 left, I'm not sure that the result of the game will change in favor of PAL. But what I was saying before was Lorenzo Vigliotti with the hot hand lately. Past couple games had a goal, so it's good to see him in there. He's a big physical player. He's getting his shot off. He's getting the goals, and hard work pays off, Colin.
That's right. Koslevsky trying to do the same after he's already scored in this game. Tight angle shot saved nicely there by the PAL goaltender as we tick just under a minute to go here in this one out in Eisenhower Park, Long Island. Finkelstein able to keep the zone. Koslevsky works it back over to Finkelstein. Rolling puck bounces over his stick, and now PAL breaks the other way. They got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. They're in the offensive zone, but a nice stick by Hyder cuts out the threat, at least in the immediate. Finkelstein now works that puck up to Marchuka. Marchuka with some speed in the neutral zone. Skates that puck across to the halfway line and dumps it in. 36 seconds left to go in this one. Koslevsky keeps the zone, tries to find Marchuka down low, tries again. That bouncing puck comes to Finkelstein, who's in the slot, and then passes it over to Koslevsky. Raiders now with the puck in the far corner, just trying to kill this one off instead of taking shots on goal. PAL is able to jam that puck up and out of the zone, and the Raiders send it right back in, but a little too soon. So with 15.9 left to go here in the third period, it gives us time to remind you you're watching Midnight Sports. Hit that like, follow, or subscribe button, or even dare to leave a comment. It's 2023. Be brave. Midnight Sport. Ensuing faceoffs, Marchuka is going to try and win that forward. And Koslevsky comes away with it. He backhands that into the zone. Under 10 seconds left to go in this one. And it's all over but the buzzing. 3 seconds now, 2 and 1. And that'll do it for this one. We've gone final here in Eisenhower Park, Long Island. It's Raiders 10, PAL 3. Please join us tomorrow from World Ice Arena at 6 p.m. as the New York City Raiders take on their LIAHL rivals, the Dix Hills Hawks. It's number 1 in the division against number 2. Ralph, thanks so much for joining us today.
Pleasure's mine, Colin. I had a great time, and thanks again to all our live viewers.
Absolutely. Well, everybody, if you're listening from somewhere other than home, get home safe. If you are home, stay safe. Thanks so much for watching with us today.